I'm so happy that we have in our university, Pontifical Atheneum Regina Apostolorum, this meeting, this workshop of the Cathedra, UNESCO Cathedra, and the Bioethics faculty, because it's a meeting where people of different religions meet together to discuss no easy arguments. That is always difficult, but I'm happy because these people are experts in bioethics, but they are also friends.
In these 3 days, we have gathered experts in bioethics from the 6 major religious and cultural traditions, from Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, from the Jewish and the Muslim tradition. We wanted to gather these experts to give us insights and suggestions about how to improve the guidelines on informed consent in biomedical research, especially in vulnerable populations and with a gender perspective. This is part of an European project called I-Consent. We have received funds from the European Union to develop these kind of guidelines, and this is a consortium of 8 partners from 5 different countries of the European Union. In these 30 days, we have been focusing how the different traditions, the different sacred books, the different scholars of these 6 major traditions can give us insight to improve not only the forms of informed consent that the patients or the subjects of experimentation should sign, but basically how we can help the whole process with the vision of an integral vision of the patients and the subjects of experimentation.
So my job here in this workshop is to try to coordinate the different speakers from different religious perspectives so that they would have a more fruitful dialogue among them, so that there is always an atmosphere of mutual understanding, respect, but also a deeper engagement that is not just a generic type of dialogue, but a deep, even sometimes a heated discussion going on, and maybe even disagreements.
Well, I'm here representing UNESCO, the Bioethics and Ethics of Science and Technology program, and my participation is to speak about informed consent and the Universal Declaration of Bioethics and Human Rights.
Here we have met with 6 different traditions.
And my job is to present the Buddhist response to the bioethical issue. And this one, of course, is on the question about informed consent. So my presentation is dealing with this very hot topic from Buddhist perspective.
A look on the main conceptions of a Christian perspective, and then going into detail on informed consent, both in clinical practice and in trials, in research, with a specific focus on vaccination. That's one of the main topics also of I-Consent, the other European research that is strictly connected to this initiative of UNESCO Chair of Bioethics.
As a Confucian scholar, I always feel I learn a great deal from other traditions than from Confucian scholars themselves, because their ideas, wonderful resources of other traditions can always inspire me, expand my imagination.
Good progress, identified problematic areas and discussed them, and I'm sure that the papers and analyses that come out of this workshop are going to be very fruitful and helpful to the research community.
Our paper was called Health Care Decision Making, and we make the point that the autonomous self has now culturally shifted to the relational self, because that's a person who's embedded in society and for whom relationships are very important.
The more meetings we have, we get to to understand better how we have to deal in a pluralistic society.
Where I'm presenting on Islamic perspectives on informed consent. Our contribution is to think about the theological roots of informed consent within various religious traditions to help us inform how we deliver consent procedures to Muslim populations around the world.
As Catholics, we want to be connected with the world in general, with society, and with the different traditions and communities and religions. So that's why it's very important for us.
Quindi credo che sia estremamente interessante e stimolante questo confronto tra diverse culture, tra diverse religioni, per affrontare il tema dell'informazione e del consenso, specialmente nell'area della ricerca, della sperimentazione sull'uomo, e quindi tutto quello che comporta la ricerca sull'essere umano, che va adeguatamente rispettato nella sua dignità e nella sua integrità, per entrare meglio sulla realtà concreta di cosa vuol dire una persona non in senso individualistico o isolata, ma una persona dentro una famiglia, una persona dentro una comunità. Ben venga quindi un progetto di studio come questo, che si colloca dentro il cammino di questi anni dell'Ateneo Regina Apostolorum.